gridding, or enough time anyway, I should be able to go to where it says layers over here on the top right, and you should see these two eyeballs by grid and stock photo. I like to take a quick look every now and then at my grid by eyeballing out the stock photo so that you just see the grid. For instance, if this was the real project, I would have noticed that I missed a section. If you look right here where I'm circling around, you'll see that I forgot to subdivide that into triangles. So I would eyeball back in the photo and pop those, like another triangle in right there or something like that to get that. But for this, no big deal. All right, we're on to coloring. To color the grid, we don't want to do it on your actual grid, not in this test or especially in your real project, because if you make a mistake, having the original layer is crucial. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this grid layer. You're going to click and drag it all the way down onto the new layer icon and let go. You'll see that there becomes a plus sign there by the new layer icon, and then when you let go, you'll see grid copy appear at the top. What I would like for you to do, to the right of the text of grid copy, double click. That will open up layer options for grid copy. You can change the name from grid copy here to color. Let's change the color of the layer icon to something other than red and blue because we already have those. So I'm going to choose cyan. I'm going to hit OK. That's the only thing that we actually really need to do on this layer. The grid layer itself, the original one, you can lock it and eyeball it out. We actually don't want that interfering with the color layer in this case. All right. On color, we have a few things to do before we're actually ready to color it. We need to do this thing called live paint. How you do that? You're going to take your selection tool. The selection tool, the hotkey is V. You can see if I hover, it's the top left tool here, black arrow or cursor. You can click on that or hit V. I recommend that you zoom very far out to make this next selection. So I'm going to hold Command and hit minus. So I can see definitely all of my thing. You'll be zooming further out when your actual project is done. I'm going to click, drag, and select everything in my grid. It should come up whatever color you chose the layer to represent, mine being cyan right now, and everything is selected. Once everything is selected, I want you to go to the top of your screen. Next to the words File and Edit, you'll find Object. Under Object, if you click it, you're going to have to scroll down pretty far. You're looking for Live Paint. It's pretty close to the bottom. After Live Paint, don't click, scroll over, and you're going to choose Make. Once you hit that, I would recommend that you just click off the image somewhere out into open space, just to get your selection going. Now you're ready to actually color in. There are two options here. Your colors right now are faded because we have the image to a 50% opacity. Let me show you something here real quick, and then I'll explain what I'm doing. I'm going to be coloring this part, this triangle right here where my cursor is. You'll see that the color is a lot different than the photo. The color that it colored was the image's actual 100% color. I like leaving the photo faded because then I can tell which triangles I've colored and which triangles I have not colored. It will pull the color from the original photo. But if not seeing the original color bugs you out, double click on the stock photo layer and then change or unclick the dim images too, and then hit OK, and then you'll get the original colors. But as you can see, it's harder to tell where you've colored and where you haven't. I'm going to actually leave the image dimmed because I still can get a sense of what's where. So again, with the color layer selected, let's begin coloring other triangles, and I'll show you how. If you look at your keyboard, you're going to find the letter I and K. You will have to become very familiar with them for this project. If you hit the letter I on the keyboard, you'll see that it brings up an eyedropper tool, like this. What that does is wherever you click, like if I click right here in the center of that triangle, it will grab that color. If you look over here in the bottom leftish area of my screen, you will see that the fill color has changed to that color that the eyedropper found. Then if you hit the letter K, you'll notice that I'm hovering over the triangle that I chose the color from, it highlights red. What that means is if I were to paint bucket in there right now, it will only paint the red area. So let's go ahead and click on the trackpad. and you'll see that the color pops into the triangle. I'm going to move to this triangle over here. Somewhere towards the center of the object, I'm going to hit I on my keyboard, and then I'm going to click with the trackpad. I'm going to hit K on my keyboard and click on the trackpad. So in short, I click, K, click. I click, K, click. I click, K, click. And it will fill the triangles. The only thing that you really have to watch for is when two triangles that are directly next to each other are like the exact same color. You might run into a problem, and we might have to individually or manually change those colors. We can do that towards the end of the project, or you can do it actively as you go. It might not happen to anybody, so don't be super alarmed at it. All right, I'm going to be zooming out here just to get a final picture. I'm going to color all of this, and then we'll come back for one final video of touch-ups. Then you can apply all of this knowledge to your real project.